Maddie hasn't had a bob in a minute. She's super excited about it. One of the cool things that's gonna happen with Maddie's hair, period, is that we are going to be breaking out a little bit of color, and my good friend Angie's here, and she's gonna be knocking out some dope color where we're gonna maybe throw a little bit of rose into it, a little bit of apricot into it, and it's gonna be legit. We're gonna use that as an accent piece to really complement the cut. And let's put in this inverted V. So looking for the occipital bone, index finger on the left hand is touching her mastoid process. And then we'll take a diagonal forward line straight to that point. Everything above it. I'm gonna go ahead and take this up, and then we'll do the same thing on this opposite side. And put that direction, and sorry if I scratched your neck right there. From the sides and the back. And from mid recession to radial, let's draw a horizontal parting. I am grabbing a all-purpose shear. These are my Arc Paragon 2s. And let's see where this is gonna hit. And I'm gonna start to do scissor undercomb, no tension at all. And again, building that right from the chin or the jawline to the back of the ear. Just a bit more underneath the ear, no tension at all. Perfect. Can you see it right there? And we're gonna pull this towards your nose here. We're gonna create what's called the contact point. This is slightly longer than the other side. So let's create another contact point in the back here. And now we'll be painting by numbers. So now we've got this small piece up and through the front. We've got this small piece in the back here, and we can connect those 2 points together. Once again, both of those contact points were just slightly longer than what we objectively want them to be. Scissor in our comb. Retracting the shear as I start to remove the shear. So we're gonna create another contact point in the back here. I'm gonna come this direction. And what we're gonna take is from right behind the back of the ear towards the center profile here. And we are gonna pull these together, finding the center of these two sections. Create another contact point there. And now I know that these two are at the same length, and I just have to cut the hair out in between. So let's go ahead and do that together. Underneath in the concave area of the head. No tension at all right now. Maybe lean just slightly forward. Continuing to refine that line. All right. Let's grab a bit from this side. So here it is, and now we just have to connect it all. Comb through everything real quick. There we go, just want to clean up that bottom part. It's so good. It's gonna be sick. I'm so glad we left that little part down there. That's rad. Chin here, everything's 0 degrees. Scissor and a comb. No tension. On this side. We're crushing it. Just to be sure that we've got symmetry on both sides here. Looking at the reference point and contact point towards the front there. that's the bob. Here. So I'm going to cut these just a little bit longer, knowing that I can go a little bit shorter with them. And so the fringe is to the round of her forehead. The length of this haircut was to the round of her neck. I have replaced the blade in my razor. This is a feather plier razor. Super great, it's a brand new blade, never been used. A little hair that somehow made its way in there. Portion up, so I can come in there and just start to build fringe on the side here and graduation on the side here. And start to see that V. Now, not that it has to be exact, but I want it to have relative symmetry to it. Fingertips out, allows me to get inside there and just delicately starting to remove length as I push towards the longest bit of the back. Cutting on the inside of the left is going to cause it to whip the other direction. So my hope is that I can really get this sort of soft movement and fluttery movement through both sides. A couple shorter pieces there. They give me some layering across the top. Clearly this is all freehand. What do you think, Angie, anymore? Or is that, is that kind of rad?
My name's Angie. I am working on this awesome collab project with Travis Parker, and he just did this cool haircut on Maddie. We left a little bit of some fairy wings in the back, and we're just about to start her color. So what we're gonna do is I sectioned this all out. We have a little offset triangle in the front here to kind of add some pops through her bangs. We're gonna do like a apricot to rose tone in here. We're gonna melt it together just to add some, I don't know, excitement and some dimension. And then we're going to do just kind of like a dip dye. We're going to just color about the inch of her ends. And we're going to do rose in this midsection, apricot on this top section. And in the back on the fairy wings, we're going to do a rose to apricot. So kind of the opposite of what we are doing in the front fringe area. So let's jump in and get this going. Are you excited, Maddie?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm really excited too. So done and done. We started in the back with our fairy wings, AKA Sheila, and we applied, what did we do? We did rose to apricot on the ends in this back section here. I'll spin Maddie around. So in this back section, we did rose to apricot. We had that isolated. We sectioned out a horseshoe along the parietal ridge. Underneath that horseshoe, about an inch on the ends, we did rose, dropped that horseshoe out, applied an inch on the ends with apricot, and then we moved to the front and we had this offset triangle to give a little peekaboo in her fringe area, where we did the opposite from the back and we did apricot to rose on the ends. So we're gonna process for 20 minutes and we will see what we get.
Dyson is my go-to blow dryer. I love it. I'm gonna think about blow drying the head, not the hair. So really close to the scalp here, moving it straight down, blowing with the direction of the cuticle layer, and using my fingertips just to loosen up the hair. Otherwise the water can bond all the hair flat to her head and it just takes longer to dry. So here, I want it to be flat, as I was mentioning. So I'm gonna start with the brush below the actual root section there so I can blow dry the root flat to the head. I'll come underneath it initially. I'm gonna blow dry her in different directions. So I get some that are flipping out, some that are flipping under, some that aren't flipping at all. Thank you, my friend. We're not doing a lot at this point, but this detail, I think, will really just give the color that much more kick, the style that much more vibe, and it's a detail. And we like details around here, and details are the difference. All right, so we kicked some laughs, we did a blow dry, we did a little bit of flat ironing, even through the back of the top I did a little flat wrap, and that's literally just taking the hair and moving it against the head. I didn't want a lot of volume up in the high point of the crown because I'm definitely not going for that 50s vibe. I wanted everything to be rather sleek. I have not, as you've been watching, added any other product into it, but now I will. I'm going to throw a product in from Statement. I don't even know what it's called, spray powder. It is basically a porosity builder. Everything looks so dope. I can't wait to get this styled out just a little bit more. I'll refine it. If I need to, I will come across, or if you need to and you're doing a similar haircut, I'll come across the baseline of the haircut, whether it's in the framing of the face or it's the total length. But if I need to finesse it and just to add a little bit more detail into it or refining into it, I'll get into that in just a minute too. But thank you so much. This has been a blast. Thank you, Maddie. You have been a rock star. And it's been a great time, guys. We've had a lot of laughs. Hopefully you've learned a lot, and we'll see you in that next video.